When you talk to this bot, do slash. I mean, you're gonna have a button on the bottom says start. You press on that button, and then it will automatically do slash start for you. It will tell you this is the official Catchy Sniper bot deployed by Maestro Bots. By the way, please join our main group, Maestro Bots, and we have some awesome people here sharing their amazing gains and stuff. So yeah, just go there and please join our channel. And it will tell you I can snipe whatever, and then fire/sniper to summon the sniper panel. So you're gonna fire/sniper. You either type it or you just click on /sniper, and it will tell you that you need to do two things. The first thing is you have to be enrolled in the beta. This is, by the way, free, so like free to access. The bot spits out your ID on Telegram and tells you this is your ID. If you press on your ID like this, if you just press on it, it will copy it to your clipboard, and it will allow you to paste it to the Maestro Bots admin. So it will tell you, copy this ID to your referrer, because we have affiliate marketers, and these affiliate marketers, they tell you to go talk to the bot, or maybe they tell you, like, get me your ID and stuff. So if you have a marketer, if you have a guy who referred you to the bot, please talk to him to authorize you, because we allow the affiliate marketers to authorize the people. If you have no authorizer or any guy who actually referred you to the sniper, you can just talk to the Maestro Bots admin. So you talk to the Maestro admin. Again, Maestro Bots admin, be aware of scammers and impersonators. And they're going to find the star and a nice little animated image. And again, the username is most important, Maestro Bots admin. And you go talk to him, you say, hello, man, how's your day? And, you send him your ID. You have to paste this ID to him, and then he will authorize you on the bot immediately. We usually, we rotate on the Maestro admin account. We're like 4 people, so almost always there's a guy looking at the admin account. So you should get like a reply soon, like maybe in 5 minutes at most. And the second criteria to be able to use the bot is to be a member of the Catchy Sniper updates. This is possibly the most important thing you could do, because we always post the change logs and the updates that we had do on the bot on this channel. Man, this channel is growing like crazy. We have 2.9K subscribers now. We were like 2.5K a few days ago or a week ago. We post all of the good stuff you have to follow for the sniper, like the video tutorial that was released a few days ago. We post when the bot gets updated, we post a change log of what exactly we've updated or changed or fixed. So please subscribe to this channel regardless, and you're good to go. So once you subscribe, plus you get authorized. I'm going to authorize myself here because I'm already an admin on the bot, and you can authorize yourself. And then we could do /sniper now, and you will be presented with the menu. Very nice, convenient, simple menu. You could ignore the first button always on all menus that we have. This is just a placeholder. Then you have the wallets button. This is to set up your wallet. The call channels, to set up call channels, subscribe to them and auto buy their calls. Sniping presales, sniping launches. When they launch, you could set up your buy amount and set the presale address you want to snipe, and copy trading to copy trade wallets that you'd like to target. We have 2 convenient shortcuts here. I did not mention this in the previous video tutorial. If this bot allows you to technically auto buy any pasted contract. So if you copy paste a contract to the bot, it allows you to auto buy it. And these are easy shortcuts to do it. So if you click on this, it will not work because I don't have a wallet. Well, if I had a wallet, it would work. But essentially, once you click it, it will enable auto buy on BSC pasted contracts. And once you copy paste the contract, it will auto buy for you. Now, what if you want to just inspect an address? Let me grab a random address here. I'm just going to grab Last Ape Standing, one of my older projects. Liquidity has been removed from the project, so we should not be seeing liquidity. Let me see. Okay, that's the address. So I'm just going to copy paste this address, as you see on the chat, to the bot. And the bot will tell me you need to set up a BSC wallet first. Now, without having a wallet, the bot will not resolve any address that you might send it. And Also, please do not set up multi-wallets without having a main wallet. And I will go over that on the wallet section. So let's go over to set up the wallet. So we click on wallets. You get presented with a chain selection. Let me just remove those two. You get a chain selection whether you want a wallet on BSC or Ethereum. We're going to choose BSC. And you get 4 buttons here. You can either hook up a wallet that you already have, let's say from MetaMask or Trust Wallet. So when you press this button to connect your wallet, the bot will ask you to supply the private key of the wallet. In the future, we will allow you to supply a 12-word phrase. Right now, what we advise people when they use the bot is to generate a wallet. Never, ever use your main wallet on the Sniper. Never. It is not needed. It's a security concern that is absolutely not warranted. So please generate a wallet. And again, remember when I talked about how you should not be setting up multi-wallet if you don't have a main wallet? Yeah, please don't set up a multi-wallet. Essentially, this should be hidden if you don't have a wallet. I'm going to change that in the future so that multi-wallet is hidden if you don't have a main wallet. So let's go ahead and generate a wallet. So if you click on generate, the bot will generate a wallet, and it will give you the address of the wallet, the private key, and the mnemonic. The mnemonic is the 12-word phrase you guys are used to when you want to set up a wallet on MetaMask or Trust Wallet. And please, save this. At least save the mnemonic. You could save either, but if you save the mnemonic, it's easier to import to other wallet providers. This message will never be reprinted on the bot. We don't even allow users to reprint this message. You have to save it. When we generate the wallet, it's encrypted in the backend, and we can't really read what it is. We don't have the private key in a sense that us as users, if I inspect the database, I can't really figure out your private key. So please just save this. It's really hard to recover this if you ever lose your wallet. You could obviously transfer your BNBs and tokens outside the wallet using the menus. But please, please, please copy paste this somewhere safe. My advice is when you generate a wallet, whatever wallet, literally bring a piece of paper and write the 12 words on it, because you cannot trust anything if you use copy paste on your PC, and the copy paste mechanism on your PC has malware or is vulnerable or has been hacked, then whatever is on your clipboard when you copy paste will be visible to the hacker. So as a security measure, whenever you want to do this, literally grab a piece of paper in real life and write down the words and save it. I have 5 papers for all of my accounts. I would never copy paste this anywhere on my PC. So again, just the PSA for the security measures on the wallet. We really care about security, and the worst nightmare for us is to ever get hacked, but the way we operate and the platform and everything is really, 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 really a very low probability. But, as we grow bigger, we have to always take our right measures to make our users safe at all costs. Once you generate a wallet, you will, the menu changes, because now the bot recognizes that you have a wallet. It will show you your balance, and it gives you a quick summary of your settings. I'm going to go over the settings as I talk about the config. So before we do that, the bot gives you a few more buttons when you have a main wallet, when you generate a wallet. It gives you the ability to send your BNBs somewhere else if you want. It gives you the ability to send tokens out. So some people were trying to use this to actually buy tokens. Don't do that. These 2 buttons, they are to transfer stuff outside your wallet into another wallet, whether outside the bot or inside another bot, doesn't matter. So if you click the BNB button here, or Ethereum, if this is an Ethereum wallet, the bot will ask you for a wallet address and the BNB amount you want to transfer. It's very convenient, very streamlined, if you another advice on this is when you secure gains, please transfer your gains outside the wallet as a security measure. Always have a burner wallet, a main wallet, and a safe wallet. The main wallet operates as your day-to-day wallet. The Berlin wallet operates as your sniper wallet for everything high risk, and your safe wallet is all the gains that you make on the sniper wallet, you just transfer them to the safe wallet. In the future, we're going to allow people to automatically set up a safe wallet. So when you sell at a high profit, the bot automatically transfers your gains to a safe wallet, and that will be neat. But right now we don't have that option. You get a button to report your balance. The balance is it reports your tokens, your BNB balance. It's a very streamlined summary of all the holdings on your wallet. The advice here: some people asked us, "Hey, I have this token and I never bought it, and can I sell it?" No, don't sell it. Even if you can sell it, don't sell it. Your wallet might get drained. It always only sell tokens that you have bought and you recognize. Some people, what they try to do is, well, there is a way to advertise tokens. You airdrop to random addresses. That's why sometimes your wallet has tokens that you don't know about. Sometimes it's what we call a dust attack, like a scam dust attack, and that will also be in your wallet. So please take care when you are trying to sell a token. Well, not only take care, don't do it. Don't sell a token you've never bought. Okay, the buy keyword is, keep this in mind. I'm gonna revisit this once I'm talking about the manual buys, but keep this in mind so that we talk about this later. And then you have the config button, which is honestly the most important button in your wallet. If you hit on config, you get what we call the global configuration of your sniping. Let's say you are a guy who likes to ape small, and you really like the shittiest coins possible, in a sense, when it comes to liquidity and market cap. So you're looking to hunt tokens at $500 liquidity, and you don't want to buy any token that has more than $2,000 liquidity, something like that, right? So the bot allows you to do this, to configure a global umbrella kind of criteria and configuration to do this. So there is max market cap to configure the max market cap allowed to auto buy. These six buttons here, which is max market cap, minimum liquidity, max liquidity, minimum market cap over liquidity, which is the ratio, the max buy tax, the max sell tax. These are mainly for the auto buy. Because obviously, when you snipe, you want to auto buy. You want the bot to auto buy for you, so it gets a very soon. It gets a really good entry on the token, right? So if you have auto buy enabled on a call or on your own pasted contracts, and you have these set, and you let's say I'm just gonna give an example here. Let's say your max buy tax is 15%. You copy paste a token. You have, okay, of course, you have auto buy enabled. So whatever you copy paste to the bot will auto buy. 15%. But when you pasted the contract, the bot saw that the token actually has 25% buy tax. But because you have configured the max buy tax to 15%, the bot will not auto buy. The bot will respect the criteria that you placed for it. And this way you shield yourself from obviously getting into tokens you don't want to get in. Even cold channels have this, and I'm going to go over this later. Again, remember, the wallet settings are the global settings. This, if you just configure your wallet settings, it will apply on everything, on all calls and all of your copy-pasted contracts. A few things to note on the wallet is you could configure a gas limit. Back in the days, in our first sniper days, the gas limit was important to set. Right now, we optimize it in the back end. We always give a good measure, a good extra, in a sense, so that the transaction doesn't fail. We kind of simulate what MetaMask does when it tries to estimate gas limits. And if you want to set it, please set the gas limit to something high, like 1.5 million, so that you never go out of gas. You could set your gas price. If you are on BSC, the average gas price for transaction is 5 GUI. 5 GUI will give you no priority on any transaction. The higher your gas price, the higher your priority, and the faster your transaction gets mined and gets picked up. Again, for like the people who don't really know what gas price is, in a sense, it's really the more gas price you pay. It's like if I want to hire somebody to do a service for me, I can give him $5 for the service, but maybe he will do it sloppily, right? But if I give him $10 and he has lived his entire life doing the same service for $5, but today I'm feeling very generous. I gave him $10 for the same service. He's gonna do it faster. So the same thing applies on the blockchain, right? Like you wanna, if you pay more gas price, you're telling the miner, today I'm just gonna give you more, and please put my transaction before others. That's what gas price is. And then you can go over gas price works really well on BSC. Gas delta is what happens is if you set gas delta, it will always use the average gas price of the blockchain plus gas delta as the gas for the transaction. Is this important on BSC? No, because if you set the gas price, it's exactly the same. We introduced gas delta for Ethereum people only. Ethereum people, unlike BSC, the average block gas fee, the base fee, is always changing. Today it might be 15 GUI, tomorrow it might be 20 GUI, after tomorrow it might be 100. Delta guarantees that the transaction almost always is higher than the base because we don't want the transactions to be rejected. And if you have a good delta, they will never be rejected and they will always be considered over others. Again, so BSC people don't use delta, use the gas price. Ethereum people use gas delta and don't use gas price. And the last setting here is slippage. Slippage is a really good topic to talk about. The default slippage on the bot is auto. Now, the auto on the bot is 100%. Guys, the slippage is like when you want to, let's say you want to buy a basket of apples, right? The basket has 5 apples. And the guy tells you, hey, every apple is 1 BNB, okay? You give this, you actually want to buy the entire basket. And when you have 100% slippage, you give the guy 5 BNBs to give you 5 apples, and you tell him explicitly, look, dude, I'm going to give you 5 BNBs, but I don't expect you to give me any apples. That's what 100% slippage means. And that's what happens on the blockchain. It's like you're sending a buy transaction, and you're telling the PancakeSwap or router or Uniswap that, hey, I'm giving you 2 BNBs, but I'm actually expecting no tokens. Now, is this a good thing? When the price is extremely volatile, and when you can't really anticipate, rather you really want an entry, and you don't want your transaction to be rejected, yes, it's high risk, high reward, because you guarantee that your transaction doesn't get rejected, but you also have a chance of not getting or getting like a lower amount than what you saw or what you thought you would get. For the moderate risk, for a more moderate risk, we recommend setting slippage to 30%, 40%, based on what you usually ape. If you are trading zero tax tokens, right now we don't do any auto slippage on zero tax, so you will get front run. Just show if you're trading on zero tax, please do 5%, 10% slippage if the price isn't too volatile, and you should be fine. And if you want to be even harder on that, 1% is allowed. So 1% slippage on a 0% tax token is also reasonable when the price is not volatile. Like front running is always a problem, and in the future we're going to make it nicer to trade those tokens on the bot without keep setting slippage here and there. So these are the configuration. This is the configuration of the wallet, and again, extensive stuff. We always tell people to look at the manual and now see the video guides that we have up. And really, you need to fully grasp all the features so you could so that you could properly use the bot. So we skipped 3 buttons here. The auto buy button here is a global toggle, which means if you have this disabled, the bot will never auto buy anything. Same thing for auto sell. This is a global auto sell toggle, and if it's disabled, it disables everything. One thing, this is probably one of the nicest features we have on the bot, which is the smart ROG auto sell. How many times, by the show of hands, how many times you've been drugged? Me, you know, um, uh, like when we talk about drugs, it's like a blanket statement. It's like saying, okay, how many possible ways can a dev rug the token? Well, he could pull liquidity, he could blacklist your wallet, he could increase sell taxes to 99%, he could decrease the transaction limit to 0%, he could decrease the wallet size to 0%. The amount of rugging techniques, they're endless. And we support all of those. Yes, we do. It's not a dream. The sniper bot, the Cache Sniper Bot, which is the Maestro Sniper Bot, it supports selling before it front runs all rugging transactions. So let's say you have entered a token, you bought the token, and the bot, the dev rugged you by blacklisting your wallet. The bot will sell. Let's say after 5 minutes, the dev pulled liquidity, the bot will sell before him. Now, one thing to note on BSC, front running is never guaranteed. You have every block, like the block mean time to be mined is 3 seconds. And the variation on latency, network, and all that really plays a role. So the percentage chance of winning front running a rug on BSC is possibly between 70% to 80% of actual success. On Ethereum, it's almost always guaranteed because the blocks, the mean time is like 14 seconds. So you have a lot of time to enter to front run the rug, which is why Ethereum people are really happy with the bot, because this feature is really hard to code. Like other sniper bots, they don't have this feature because it's very involved to actually code and develop. But I think we've actually we have a black box, and we have an algorithm that doesn't care how the dev rugs. If he rugs, he rugs, and the bot will sell accordingly. This concludes the wallet section. Again, if you change any of these settings will also reflect the description on the message will also reflect your settings. So once you're fine and good with all these settings, you go back to the main menu, and let's go over the call channels. Since this is like a test bot, I only have one channel here, which is the me channel. If you on the real bot, you're gonna have Caesar and Venom and all that stuff, right? But there's always one channel you cannot untrack, which is me. you. But me is essentially you are your own call channel. Like when you copy paste the contract to the bot, that is you calling a token for the bot. That's how the bot sees it. So if you click on, by the way, on the real bot, we have like more than 150 channels. So sometimes it gets really hard to find them. We suggest you use the search button. If you use the search button and you copy paste like the username of the channel or the ID, the bot will recognize it and will take you to that channel. Okay, so we're gonna go over for the call channel settings. Guys, if you have questions, please note them down. I need you to note them down because I'm not gonna stop till the end. Then we can go over all these questions together at the end of the AMA, well, demo essentially right now. So remember all the settings that we talked about before that. Again, you are on the call channel settings, right? Call channel menu where you could select your channels. I'm gonna click on the me channel, which is the copy pasted contracts that I do to the bot, and this will take you to the settings. It gives you a hell lot of buttons, but they're all important. The same settings that remember when we talked about the max market cap, the max liquidity, minimum liquidity, all that stuff. These also exist on the channel, but these are specific toggles, and they override the global ones in the wallet. So let's say you have the global wallet configuration max liquidity as $5,000. But you're following a channel that only posts tokens with at least $10,000 liquidity. How do you fix this? How do you allow the bot to track and buy from that channel? You can override your global max liquidity settings by doing this. You will press on max liquidity like this, and you could set, let's say, max liquidity is $15,000. And I do enter, and the bot tells you maximum liquidity threshold set to $15,000. and it will be reflected here on the description of the message. So now this overrides my $5,000 in the global wallet, and I will get and auto buy all the calls from the guy who keeps calling tokens with more than $10,000. So this is why it's useful to have a global toggle and a specific toggle. In this case, a global option and a specific option. We also have auto buy, auto sell buttons here. Now these, they don't override the global wallet auto buy. The global wallet auto buy is like a blanket global general auto buy. If that's disabled, the bot would never auto buy. Why did we do it this way rather than make it override? Let's say you want to, like, it's fucking midnight, you want to go to sleep. Well, obviously you don't want to go to every channel that you've enabled auto buy on and disable auto buy. So you just go to your wallet, you disable auto buy once, and the bot will not auto buy. Now, for the channel auto buy to work, you need three things. You need to enable the auto buy in the channel settings, which is this. You need to enable auto buy in the wallet settings, which is the global one that I am always mentioning. And you need to set your auto buy amount. How many BNBs or Ethereum you want to spend on the call. And once you have these three set up and you have the channel tracked, you're good to go. You can auto buy, you will auto buy the next call. That's done. And you can now also enable auto sell. Remember, auto sell also has a global toggle and it operates the same way. This auto sell here will not override the global. Both of them need to be enabled. And you can set the sell high and sell low. The default sell high and sell low are 100% and minus 50%. You could set them the way you want. What do these percentages mean? Plus 100% means 2 times, which means you got the same amount invested again on top of the amount invested. So you're 2 times here. Minus 50% is your 0.5 times. So you lost half of your investment. And that's how you keep calculating and keep tracking this going forward. I can see people who want to speak. So again, note them down, really. Just like put a note on your PC of the questions, and we will go over them at the end of the AMA. So yeah, all of this is good. We have 2 extra buttons we didn't talk about. There is the Ape Max. I'm not gonna, maybe I should explain this. Ape Max, if you put Ape Max is super risky. It's like you're gonna ape the maximum possible buy. Well, what happens if there is no limit? The bot will try to buy the total supply. Oh, that's atrocious. It doesn't make any sense. And it's really beneficial when you wanna auto buy the max limit, but it's risky here because you could be buying the total supply and the bot will just won't work. So again, my suggestion is don't use this Ape Max. We're gonna change how it operates in the future. We do have another Ape Max button, but it's manual, and we will go over that soon. And then there is the multi-wallet button. The multi-wallet, it enables and disables multi-wallet buys on this specific channel. So if you want to buy on multiple wallets, you could do that, and it needs to be enabled on the channel for it to trigger. And this concludes the channel settings configuration. If you ever feel the need to clear all your settings, you don't need to click on every one of those buttons to clear it. You just click on clear all settings and it will clear the settings for the channel. And since this was the meet channel, as you guys remember, it shows yourself, like your ID, your name, and your username. Let's return and exit the call channel settings. Since I have a wallet now, I can actually copy paste addresses, but let's first go over the sniping presales and copy trade. So let's go to snipe presales. This did not work on the first video guide, but I think we figured it out. So I'm just gonna go grab a random presale address on PingSale. Let's try, what is this? PT stream, and no, I need something that is upcoming. This might be it. Nope. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, this is the Sprint token presale. I don't know what this token is. You guys can go check it out. So again, you click on Snipe presale and you choose your chain, BSC in this case. You press add presale, and the bot asks you, what's the ping sale presale address? Again, what's the ping sale presale address, not the URL. Common mistake, people try to copy paste the URL. We are talking about the presale address. When you are participating in a presale, there is two things. There's the token address and there's the presale address. The presale is its own contract. So when we say the presale address, we're really literally talking about the presale address contract. And it shows, it's the first row, the first field on the presale. It shows you the presale address. You just copy paste it. In this case, I already copy pasted it. I'm gonna press enter here. And it will ask you how many BNB are you going to ape in with. The maximum is 1.5 and the minimum is 0.1 on this specific preset. I'm just going to do 0.5. And the bot tells you you have successfully subscribed to this presale. It gives you the start time. So it scans the blockchain for the start time, gives you the ping sale link and the information of the token. And just tell you, sit back and relax. We'll secure your presale contribution once it's time. And that's all you need to do. Done. How can you revisit how many BNBs you've set on the presale? If you just do /sniper, the sniper gives you like this little summary here, and it shows you presale snipe, 0.5 amount, address, yada yada yada, and the chain. And you're done. Literally, this is all you need to do to snipe presales. It's it's the most simple, the simplest, dumbest shit you would ever fucking experience. Once the time comes, the bot will try to buy for you, and you will get messages like it will tell you, "Hey, this presale is up. I'm gonna buy for you. Sit tight," and it will buy for you, and you're done. One caveat with our presale sniping: if you're not whitelisted, you will not be able to snipe. So the basic premise is, as soon as the presale starts, can you buy as a regular user? If yes, then the snipe will work. If not, then the snipe will not work. We still got a lot of work to do on the presale front on the bot. We want to support Gempad, Cookie Sale, and all of the other sniping presale platforms, launchpads, and that will come in the future. Right now, we only support ping sale. All right, so that's how you do presale sniping. If you want to delete the presale, you could go back to the snipe presale menu, and this time it gives you a presale info button and the remove presale. If you press on presale info, it prints the presale info, and you could remove the presale, and the bot will tell you, okay, you will no longer contribute to this presale, and you're done. It's so simple. It's freaking amazing. And the last thing we need to explain here is the copy trade. So copy trading, you can copy trade any wallet. We support up to 3 wallets, I believe. And you also have a global toggle on copy trading. So if let's say you've set up the wallet you want to trade on, you want to copy trade, and you want to disable copy trade at some point, you could just use this button. I'm just gonna go grab a random wallet on BSC scan, so I could show you how this works. I don't know what this wallet is. It's actually a validator. Okay, let's see. I hope that my bot doesn't break. Just kidding. So you press on add wallet to copy trade. You call it copy one or demo. Just copy one is fine. Reply to this message with your desired wallet address. You type your wallet address, and you're done. The bot says, I've added the BSC wallet for you. You can rename the wallet now. You could delete it, or you could now press on it so you could configure the settings of the wallet. Now, I don't think any other sniper bot does this, but we allow people to selectively copy trade. Remember when we talked about the max liquidity, minimum liquidity, and all that stuff? The same stuff apply on the copy trade wallet. Like literally, let's say somebody, you're following a wallet to copy trade, and this guy aped a token that has $50,000 in liquidity. But you don't like aping in tokens that have $50,000 liquidity. So you set the maximum liquidity for this wallet to $5,000, let's say, and the bot will not buy for you. It will tell you that the wallet has, like the other wallet that you're following has initiated a trade, but it will also tell you that I'm not going to buy because your maximum liquidity is not sufficient for the maximum liquidity that the guy aped on that token. We went over all of this. The same things apply, so I'm not going to go over them again. And they operate the same way as cold channel settings. You can add more wallets. One more thing on copy trade before I forget. The auto buy amount here is not the exact buy amount that you're gonna buy. It's the maximum. So let's say you're following a whale to copy trade. The whale, he threw in like 5 BNB on a token, but you're poor. You only have 0.1 BNB. So you only want to buy a maximum of 0.05 BNB, let's say, or 0.1 BNB, because you got big balls, you want to lose all of your money. So you're going to put 0.1 BNB on the auto buy. What happens is, if the whale buys more than 0.1 BNB, then the bot will only buy 0.1, because that's your configured auto buy max. If the whale buys less, so your configured auto buy is 0.1, the whale bought 0.05 for whatever reason, you're going to buy 0.05. So the auto buy amount operates as a maximum buy amount to eventually protect you from over-investing when you don't want to over-invest. And that's it. That's all you need to do for copy trade. Again, make sure you enable auto buy here. Make sure the on and off button here is on for copy trade. These little details are really important to make sure you're gonna auto buy properly and actually track the wallets. Make sure to read the manual. This video guide, we're gonna release it as a recording, and we're gonna have it on YouTube and all that. But please read the text manual. And just to make sure you're on top of things. You could first experiment with small amounts when you're sniping and stuff, so that you find your groove into the sniping. Now, all that is fine. We want some action, right? You guys have been hearing me listening to me explain the bot functionalities, but we've never really done any cool stuff yet. So I'm just gonna grab the same address that I used for last ape standing. So now, because I have a wallet, remember initially I did not have a wallet. So when I sent the bot a token address, it told me to have a wallet. Now it should be fine. So I'm gonna enter the wallet here, and look, it took less than a second. The bot gives me a manifest of the token setting, the token description and stuff, your balance as well, the market cap, the liquidity, the market cap over liquidity ratio, the taxes, something you need to always look for. The first percentage here is buy, and the second percentage is sell, and the maximum buy, sell, and the wallet limits. In this case, on last ape standing, the token is relaunching, so we set the maximum buy and sell to 100%. Likewise for wallet, because we don't care. Now, one important feature on the bot that people don't realize it is the fact that we differentiate between buy and sell limits. This is extremely hard to do. Most of the bots that are deployed today, they can only estimate the maximum transaction limit. I'm not going to name them, but they know themselves. Yeah, the bots know themselves. But one really differentiating factor is that we can accurately estimate the maximum sell. And the same algorithms are on the SUSBot. I'm the co-dev of SUSBot, which is an honor. And we use the same algorithms there with the Sniper as well. That's why the SUSBot is very unique, because it's also the only honeypot detector bot that can detect the maximum sell, buy, and wallet separately. So once you copy paste any address, you will get this nice little buy menu. Remember, guys, when I told you initially in the video guide about the buy keyboard? So let me just visit that real quick. So again, here you can buy, you have shortcuts to buying, right? So I'm gonna revisit the buy keyboard button in the wallet settings. Again, wallets BSC, buy keyboard. And oh, look, they're the same values and of the buy menu. So the buy keyboard here allows you to configure the shortcuts. So let's say I wanna ape the first button. I actually want it to be 0.69 for obvious reasons. I'm gonna copy paste the address again, and you will see the first button is now 0.69. So the shortcuts, they are like the buy keyboard, allow you to set the buy shortcuts, the buy amounts on the buy keyboard whenever you copy paste a token, or also whenever somebody calls the token, you will get the same buy keyboard. 3 important buttons here. You could set a custom amount, like you'd buy X BNB. If you want to set like a custom BNB amount to buy, you can ape the maximum. In this case, it's going to fail because you're going to try to ape the total supply. But let's say the maximum transaction limit is 0.5%. Then you click ape max, and the bot will buy for you ape max. It will buy for you the maximum allowed transaction. And you have buy X tokens, which if you want to buy a custom token amount, like an exact token amount, like you do on PancakeSwap or Uniswap, you are also able to do that as well. You can switch between the buy keyboard and the sell keyboard. In this case, if we go over the sell, you get the approve button to approve a sell. You get the custom sell X percentage. You have easy shortcuts to sell a quarter, half, 3/4, and full amount of your investment. You can sell a custom BNB amount. You could sell the maximum transaction, and you could sell the custom token. So we give you all the options to sell and buy. If you have multi-wallets, you look at this button, you could actually set up a multi-wallet. And on that note, I'm gonna show how to set up multi-wallets after the fact, because we really want this to be like in sections, because for the video guide it's nicer to have chapters. So we're gonna go over now obviously you get the chart button to easily access the chart button. One thing before I go over God mode is the fact that these buttons, as you see, like channel auto buy, sorry, not buttons, this description, if you have auto buy enabled, but other settings are not quite enabled for the bot to buy, the bot will tell you why it did not auto buy. Please always read the messages. It says here, auto buy will not be triggered because the channel auto buy is disabled. Remember when I talked about the specific toggles? Yeah, this is it. The specific channel toggle, which is the me channel, auto buy is disabled. My auto buy amount is not set because I didn't set it. And the wallet auto buy, which is, remember, the global toggle, is also disabled. So all of these need to be handled before we can auto buy any copy pasted contract. And remember, I said the same thing. There are 3 things to do if you wanna auto buy a token when you copy paste it. And the same thing applies for call channels. Like if they call a token and you don't have these 3 set up for that channel, also the auto buy will not work. So please take care. Now, I want to push God mode to the end because that's possibly the juiciest part. I want to show you what it looks like when you buy. So once you buy a token, the bot sends you messages like, hey, a transaction is pending, and then when it's mined, gives you a confirmation, and it approves automatically before you sell. So when you sell, you just sell without waiting for an approval. And it shows you the trade monitor. Now, the beauty of this is I don't need to buy right now. I can put any token contract, and I can press track here to track it. Tracking any token will give you a manifest of your balance. If I had a balance in last ape standing in this token, it would have said initial X BNB, but right now I have nothing, so it's 0. You will see this trade monitor. This is really, like, most of your time spent on the sniper will be on this menu, literally. It will give you the summary of your trades, your primary trade, and also a secondary trade. Let me grab another quick address. This time, I'm just going to go with Catchy, let's say. Catchy's address. I got Catchy's address. I'm going to press track on Catchy. Now I have Last and Catchy on the trade monitor. And look, primary trade, Catchy now because I did the track. I tracked Catchy last. And my other trade is last. So again, symbol, it will show you the wallet that bought the token. If you have multi-wallet, this will be the name of the multi-wallet, of the specific wallet and multi-wallet. It shows you the symbol of the token. It shows you the amount of gains that you've had or losses. And it shows you the time left for the trade to expire. Every trade you initiate has 24 hours to expire until it expires. If it expires, auto sell will not work. Smart rank auto sell will not work. It's disabled. So how do you keep up the token? If you want to refresh the trade, if you want to keep the trade up for another 24 hours, just simply press refresh. It's the second button in the last row named refresh. and it will refresh this back into 24 hours. Again, you get your initial investment here and what the investment is worth now and the time elapsed, ever since you initiated the trade. It also gives you some nerd stats, like what's your profit and loss with taxes, your price impact if you sell, and the expected profit or loss after you sell. And it shows you a little summary of your other trades, the symbol, the gain, and the time left on them before they expire. So how do you navigate between trades? You have these nice arrows. Like if I press this arrow, it goes to last ape standing. If I press it again, it goes to catchy. All these buttons here, they operate locally on the primary trade. Again, very important detail. If I enable auto sell on catchy, okay, let's do that. And if I navigate to last, auto sell is disabled. These settings are local. Now you would go, well, Abbas, you told us if you enable auto sell in the channel settings and the global settings, then this will be enabled. Yes, it will be enabled. What happens is your settings will be the initial values for the trade monitor. So if you have auto sell enabled, this trade monitor will have auto sell enabled as a default, as an initial setting. If you change the auto sell on the trade, it only changes for this trade. Like anything happens after you initiate the buy or track, that is all local to the trade. It's done. The channel settings, the wallet settings, they are your initial settings. They are the settings that the bot uses to figure out whether it should enable auto sell from the get-go. But when the trade is up, all of these buttons, they are local. So if I disable auto sell on this trade, I disable auto sell only on this trade. Same thing for smart truck auto sell. You could have this enabled by default in the wallet settings. And if it's enabled, then it will be enabled on all of your buys. Or if it's disabled, it will start as disabled on the trade monitor. And you could selectively enable the smart truck auto sell on every token you want to sell. Okay, you have the next two rows here. You're gonna find again auto sell, but the left button on the auto sell is the sell low, and the right button is the sell high. If you click this button, you can reconfigure the values of sell low and sell high thresholds. The row under it is how much of your investment do you want to sell at that threshold. So let's say, just for the sake of an example, once the token hits 2 times, so let's say you bought and the token skyrocketed to 2 times, but hey, you have faith that the token might go further, so you don't want to sell your entire holdings. You want to sell half of it. So you click on 100% here, and say you put 50, and the bot will change this value to 50%. So what this means, when the threshold high is met, only half the investment will be sold. The same sell keyboard is also present on the trade monitor for you to easily sell your holdings. So that has already been explained. I don't need to go over it. And the last row is like for configuring the monitor itself. There is 4 buttons. Let's go over them one by one. If you have the reset button, the most important function of the reset is to consolidate your trades. Let's say you DCA'd multiple times on a token. You bought high, you bought low, whatever, and the trade monitor shows 3 different trades of the same token. Once you press reset on any of them, the bot will recompute the initial based on the value, based on the current value of the balance of your trade, of your token holdings, all of them, not like a single instance of the trade. So all of it consolidates it, and it shows you the initial and worth accordingly. Once you do this, you could delete other trades of the same token. So again, the example is you have a token and you bought it 3 times separately, and you don't want to track all of them separately. You just want one trade. You want them all to be just one trade. So you just press reset on one of them and you can delete the others and you'll be good to go. Refresh, I talked about it, in which you refresh the clock back to 24 hours. Again, please, extremely important. Same thing for God mode, which we are going to explain. Do not configure God mode for more than 24 hours. because it will expire and it won't operate. Most of our functionalities, they operate for. Why do we do this? So that we don't want to keep trades around that are no longer monitored or are important to the user. This is not like because we're mean. No, this is actually like this is important to keep the load on our servers sane, and to make sure that when we are outputting values to the user, it's important. Like the user actually cares. You can stop a trade. If you stop a trade, it will be disabled. I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to stop catchy trade. And what happens is now catchy is disabled and last ape standing is the primary trade. A trade that's disabled will be just, the bot will not operate on the trade. So no auto sell, no smart rank auto sell. And the trade will look just like this. Catchy disabled in this case. And you can delete a trade. So let me go back to catchy in this case, which is disabled. I'm going to delete catchy. It is now deleted, and only last ape standing will show on your monitor. And this concludes the trade monitor tutorial. Let's go over now the last thing on the AMA, which is the God mode. It's been 55 minutes of nonstop speaking, and I can still go. My fuel is very premium. So let me just copy. Okay, so we already have the catchy copy pasted here. We have the stuff. Oh, by the way, you could see that, I set the maximum 15 on the me channel, the maximum liquidity to $15,000. Now it says like, oh, well, the liquidity of this token is more than your max set, so I'm not gonna auto buy for you. So again, it adds one more of the requirements that were not satisfied. So remember, please always read. Always read what the bot tells you when you're sniping. Okay, so let's go over God mode. Every token you copy paste, or every token that gets called, gets a God mode button. If you click on God mode, you have AI buy. You have 3 different God mode buys. AI buy is a future feature that we're gonna work on. This is more of a teaser, probably a very early teaser. Essentially, what we're talking about in AI buy is all the data we're harvesting from users buying and selling from the blockchain trading, we're gonna leverage it into machine learning and AI so that you press one button and the bot will buy for you at the right time. When there's a dip maybe, or when there's a call from a known channel and stuff, like all of those signals will feed into the bot and the bot will buy for you. This is called AI buy, artificial intelligence buy. Hopefully in the future this will be something huge. But right now it's not on our roadmap to support it. Just a teaser. And if you try to press the button, it says you are not prepared. So don't even try. Now you have snipe liquidity and you have snipe method. Snipe liquidity, you enable this method when you enable this button, this feature when you want to snipe when the token has no liquidity and the dev is gonna add to the liquidity manually. Or the pre-sale is getting finalized and the liquidity will get added once the pre-sale is finalized. So if you enable this, if you click on it, the bot will say success, bot will attempt to buy, yada, yada, yada. If you have a block delay set, it will be used. If your block delay is 0, the bot will attempt to buy in the same block. What this means is the bot will literally, it's going to inspect the mempool transactions, and it will send a transaction as soon as it sees that someone is trying to add liquidity. The risk, this is high risk, high reward, because you might front run the liquidity add and the transaction will fail. Why? Because you're trying to buy before even liquidity exists on the token. And the brighter side of this is you might not front run the liquidity and you will be on the same block. So you'll be one of the earliest people to buy liquidity. Again, 0 block delay is no joke. Like it could fail, it could not. So use it wisely. You can set the buy amount. This 0.1 BNB buy amount is specifically for liquidity. So if you click it, you can choose a desired buy amount. In this case, let's say I want to ape 0.001. I can do that. It will tell you buy amount set for liquidity sniping, and you're good to go. If you can also change the block delay. If you click on liquidity block delay, you could put 4, whatever it is, whatever you want. For snipe method, when you click on snipe method, the bot will scan the contract. Literally, it's gonna scan the contract. It's gonna give you all the methods that are available, so that you want to snipe. Now, people might ask. I mean, most people would be familiar with liquidity, but they're not familiar with method sniping. A simple example: token is gonna launch. It has liquidity, but it's the whole trading is gated behind a method call for the dev, by the dev. So if you try to transfer, it will be disabled because trading is disabled. It will fail. So what happens is the developer, what happens is the dev, he schedules a launch at, let's say, 1 p.m. 1 p.m. comes, everyone is ready to buy. He goes to the contract and he calls the enable trade method, and the bot will buy. The bot sees it and will buy when it sees that the dev has initiated a call to enable trading. So what this means, you're sniping a method call. Again, if this is all gibberish, what I'm saying, then you might need to review some Solidity code, some like basic information. I will go over some of the anti-snipe stuff after I'm done with God mode. But that's technically it. You could, there's a lot of ways where devs could make it harder on bots to snipe methods. And I will talk about this later and how we're going to address it in the future, make God mode even more versatile. But that's essentially it. So let's go back to what happens when you click on snipe method. So if you click on snipe method on the Catchy contract, again, the bot scans the contract and it shows you all the methods that it sees. So usually, if you want to snipe a contract, you might see here an enable trade method, or like a launch method, or set trading status method, and all that stuff. It's really nice to be able to see the methods that the contract has right within the bot. And once you find the method you want, you click on the method IDs, because you see the bot gives you the name of the method and gives you the ID. So let's say we have no launch method here. I'm just going to use a random one. I'm just going to use transfer. So if I use transfer here and I press on the method ID, it gets copied, as you see. And I'm going to copy paste it on the chat with the bot as a reply to the prompt. And it's done. Now snipe method is enabled. And whenever there's, in this case, because I'm trying to snipe the transfer function, anybody who transfers Catchy, the bot will try to buy. I'm going to disable it just because, just in case one of you guys try to transfer on Catchy now, because it actually try to buy. So I'm just going to disable it. And you can set the buy amount, and you can also set the method block delay. Okay, why do we keep talking about block delays? Sometimes developers, they launch a token, but the first 3 blocks after the launch, they're called dead blocks. What is a dead block? A dead block is any block that might severely affect your trade. In this case, either you get blacklisted after when you buy, or you lose all of the tokens. Like let's say you send 2 BNBs, but because you sent it too fast on a dead block, you get no tokens back. That means your trade has been taxed 99%, whatever it is. And the way to avoid it is to schedule your buy. This is what it means to add a block delay. When do you want to schedule your buy? So that's the first. That's the answer to when should I use this? Now, how do you use it, or what are the values you need to use? We need to look at the contract, because every contract is different. Every block delay is different. Every block delay based on the token, the dev, how he's going about anti-sniping, that's all different. So let's go over perhaps a sample contract. So you go to BSC scan to where the address is. I'm not going to explain that, but bscscan.com/address/the contract. You go to the contract tab. You will find the contract here. I'm going to press this button so you could see. I'm going to increase the font because I know most of you are blind. That's too much. I think this is readable. Yeah, it's readable. So once you are here, right, this is the code. 2 very important things you have to look for. Remember how I was talking about, does this contract have an anti-bot mechanism? First off, search for, I did Control F here to search, Control F to search, block dot, don't tell me that doesn't show the, anyways, block dot timestamp, block dot timestamp, but there's nothing here. I'm gonna, man, now that's too small for you guys. Okay, there is no block dot timestamp here. Block dot timestamp, this is the first term you need to search for. This is the time the block was mined. It's important. If there is a block timestamp in the contract, it's the first indicator there might be an anti-bot mechanism. Not always. Some of the tokens, they use this value, like the date, like the time now, to do some business logic. It doesn't have to be bot, but that's one of the things you have to look for. Another thing you have to look for is block.number. This is the number. This is technically what the developers use to figure out whether the block number, whether the trade now is happening at block number +4, or sorry, at the launch block +4, +3. Block number is technically what's the number of the block right now, and they use it as a reference point so that they figure out whether you're buying early or you're buying at the right time, or rather late time. There is no, the right time is always early. And one more thing to look for is tx.gas price. This is another thing I have to look for. Some of the tokens, they ban high gas price transactions. So let's say the threshold they've set is 7 GUI, and you send a transaction with 8 GUI, you get blacklisted. That's another term you have to look for. So 3 terms: block.timestamp, block.number, and tx.gas price. These are the 3 most basic stuff you should look for to see if there's any anti-bot mechanisms. Now, in this specific contract, because the search is kind of trash here. Yeah, so TX, so in this case, this guy has 2 blacklisting methods. There's the block, he's actually using the block number, as you see. Let me increase the font here because it's trash. Perhaps if I decrease this, should look better. Yeah, guess this is better. Man, reading code like this is so fucking horrible. So this guy actually has tx.gas price, and he has block.number. And you will see that he has launch block and swap delay. I'm pretty sure he sets the launch block when he enables trading. And to confirm this, I'm gonna just copy paste this and search the code like this. And please go down to where it is. Searching when it's not, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Launch block. Yeah, you see this? Launch block is declared in the contract. Let me decrease this again. And okay, let me try to use the native search inside the contract, because you guys need to read this. Okay, launch block. Please go to it. It doesn't. What is this? Or maybe it's here and I'm doing it wrong. Nope. Yeah, it's just crooked. All right, let's go back to. So launch block is declared here, and swap delay is 5. Keep this in mind. Swap delay is initially 5, and the launch block is declared here. Now, where does he set the launch block? As you can see, the launch block is not set to any value. Again, we look at launch block, and he sets it here in the open trading function. Now, this contract is one of the more complicated ones, because when he opens trade, he sets both the swap at actually this variable is different than the swap delay. He actually sets the swap delay, and the swap at is the gas price. Yeah, we actually talked about this. The swap at is the gas price. So in this case, he sets let's say he sets 7 GUI here. He puts 7 in swap at and 5 swap delay. What happens is the launch block is set to the block number where he initiated the open trading function and call, the swap at the gas price at which you might be blacklisted is also going to be set here, and the swap delay. Now, usually devs don't fuck a lot with this, but when it does happen, right now, you can only snipe the call. So you won't really fully know the delay until after the call. So that kind of screws up the snipe. In the future, we're going to allow people to use the argument. So in this case, the swap delay, the argument that the developer used to initiate the function call as a block delay, because this is dynamic. Remember that this swap delay variable, which is the dead block variable that we are looking for, is initially this one. The swap delay is initially set to 5. So if the guy is not a cunt and he just uses 5 again, you're fine, right? You put 5 dead blocks and you're good to go. Now, how do you know if it's 5, 4, or 6? It depends on the comparison. So let's go back where this variable is used. Remember that launch block is set when we call open trading. What we are testing here is if the launch block plus the swap delay is bigger or equal to the block number. So swap delay is 5, launch block is 1. So if you buy at 1 plus 0, let's say the block number, let's say the block number now is 1, because this is when trading is opened. Launch block is 1, that's when trading was opened. So 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 is bigger or equal to 1, yes. So you will be blacklisted. Now in this case, there's actually a bug here. There's a bug in this. This guy doesn't even know how to code. What this guy is testing is, are you buying in an early block, in a dead block, and that your transaction gas price is bigger than the swap? This is horrible, because for the guy to be banned, he has to be using a higher gas price than the limit swap at, and he has to be buying at an early block. But you could be buying at an early block without having an extremely high gas price and still make it, and still not be blacklisted. In my eyes, this operator here, which is and, should have been an or operator, which means either you're on an early block, dead block, or the gas price is higher than the limit, then you get blacklisted. But maybe in this case, what he's trying to do, maybe being a bit more lenient. I don't know. For me, this is actually a bug. Anyways, so again, how he is trying to compare this is he's doing launch block plus swap delay bigger than or equal to block number. Again, if you run this in your head, if you make an example that the launch block is 1, the swap delay that he placed was 5, at block number 2, you'll be blacklisted. Block number 3, you'll be blacklisted because 3 is less than or equal to 6. When the block number is 6, that's when you get blacklisted. So you're still going to get blacklisted. When do you not get blacklisted? When the block number is actually 7. Because 7 is bigger than 6. And in that case, this is blacklisted. The recipient equals to true will be skipped, and you will perform the trade. The trade will go fine. So again, what happens if there is no equal sign here? That's another thing that you guys need to look for. Remember that what we're trying to figure out is the exact swap delay. If this is not equal, if this is the exact dead blocks, swap delay is 5, launch block is 1. What this means, 1 plus 0 is banned, 1 plus 1 is banned, 1 plus 2 is banned, 1 plus 3 is banned, 1 plus 4 is banned, and 1 plus 5 is actually banned. So you need to be 1 plus 6 to not be banned. Now, if you don't have an equals here, 1 plus 5 will not be banned, because 1 plus 5 here is 6, and if the block number is 6, then you're good to go, because 6 is not bigger than 6; it's equal to 6, and you don't have an equals. It's a bit more to come. I really went into a lot of details here. I think there should be an even better explanation with a different separate video of these like little details. I think the takeaway from contract sniping, block delays, and all that, know how to at least try to learn basic solidity and basic instructions. I'm not telling you to become a developer, but try to understand very like basic concepts if you want to attempt method sniping with a block delay. Because if you can't read this, you will not know the exact dead block you need to snipe on. Plus, sorry, the exact dead block you need to skip on and then buy after, and you you will not know if there's a banned gas price. In this case, there's both of them. And there's also, like, this guy has a very complicated, not a complicated, but a more complicated way to open trading, because he sets the dead block and the banned gas price on the call itself. And the bot right now does not support it. So we're going to support this later, in which you could set the block delay to the argument. So again, if you see this pattern, you could report it to us. We like to keep track of what the devs are doing to avoid snipers. And you could ask on the chat. Some people are helpful. They might figure out the dead block for you. But my advice is, be self-sufficient, go read solidity and learn it. The last thing I want to go over, I really went over the stuff that you have to look at for anti-snipe, like the terms, block timestamp, block number, and TX gas price. There is a document that we shared on Maestro Bot's here a bit. Yeah, the anti-sniper bot code. So this file is present on our group. We did not make this document, but it gives you some good indicators. We're gonna have way better documentation in the future for God mode and sniping, liquidity, and method ID and all that stuff. I mean, this guy tells you, like, in this case, the first thing, check for block number, check for block timestamp, see if there's this pattern, see if there's this other pattern, get total fee. I don't agree with this because the naming of the functions can be very arbitrary. So yeah, if you see this, maybe it is. Like, also you will see the launched at +2 bigger than block number. This means you have 2 dead blocks, okay? And it also gives you a note. Launched at +1 can be +2 or more variable, means block 2. So at least delay 3 blocks. Above means like 9%, etc., etc. The dead blocks here is you have 0, 1, 2, so you need 3. You need the dead block to 3 so that you could, I mean, as the guy said, so you could actually buy at the right time. You can search for anti-bot, same shit, also different patterns, and some more variations here as well. So you could go over the documentation. I went over the basic good things to know about sniping in God mode. And I think that's where I want to end today